Shwmae, Sara dwi, welcome to Special Collections and Archives. InkWell was born out of the idea that archives can support our well-being and not just our study and our inquiries. And so we looked at archives well-being through an LGBTQ lens, and the project has been so exciting to work on. So we've just got a selection of items that inspired the participants in InkWell. We've got beautiful reflective pieces, artist books, we've got very playful pieces, and we've also got archives, letters, diaries, all telling stories of different lives lived through the centuries and inspiring our well-being, our creativity today.
So I've never been part of not even like library books, but like the archives it's been incredible to have access to kind of the books themselves, like the physicality of the books themselves, the binding and the covers, but seeing people's anecdotes in the books, handwriting and little drawings in the books has been incredible.
I'm going to say it was a privilege. I feel like it's significant to be almost like contributing to a collection. Yeah, there were pieces that we looked at that really affected me. Particularly the personal archives that we looked at earlier on in the course.
It didn't feel immediately like a creative space, and I think the facilitators worked really hard in creating areas where we could be creative and then accessing the information in the archives and being a bridge between those things, a place where we can have ideas. This is a place where we can explore.
It's been really wonderful to work with archives as a therapist, and one of the things that stood out for me is how human the archives are, despite being hundreds of years old sometimes, to see our humanity across time, and how people use art and literature to make themselves feel well and look after themselves.
In addition to letters, diaries and archives, we've also got a fantastic collection of artists' books. These are slightly more unusual books that require specialist handling, and I think this one's my favourite. This is the logbook.
I've enjoyed the whole process of InkWell. It's really hard to put into words. It's almost like a feeling. And I think allowing ourselves the space to be able to create, just have the permission to slow down, create and be around like-minded community has been really eye-opening as an adult. And especially being queer, neurodivergent, it's just been an amazing experience to be around so many people who have lots of lived experiences like you.
It's wonderful to see the responses of people when they get in amongst these collections, the pop-up books, the beautiful reflective pieces, the personal letters. We've had some emotional responses to the collections, and it proves that archives can really come to life when you give yourself time to go through them. And it's our job as workers to make sure you feel confident to get in amongst it.
This is my Polaroid, and this image is of the printing ink at the Print Market project where we visited during our field trip. And the reason I've chosen it is because I suppose there's such a big contrast to the physicality of the ink and the really delicate kind of access we've had to the archives. InkWell has given me the permission to look to the future, to my own practice.
Pete Williams. I run a printmaking studio in Canton in Cardiff. It's called the Print Market Project, and that's a converted old barn which has lots of printmaking materials, presses, etc., etc. And it's what I've been doing most of my life. We got together and we came across the fact that they have this in Cardiff University, this fantastic archival collection. It's also all the bits and bobs and lots of artefacts that come with a press. But we've come here and the first thing we're trying to get back up and running is this Albion press. A small Albion press from London, and it was really what presses were made for originally in the early 1800s. It's what they used to print newspapers from, posters, etc. I've been over to the print workshop in Ireland, and they showed me pictures of a massive warehouse, and they would have rows and rows of these. And then next to that, they'd have rows and rows of typesetters. And next to that, they'd have rows and rows of type. And then they'd have rows and rows of people with tweezers putting things in set. And that's basically how they would print paper.
What's been fantastic about this project is bringing together interesting people, interesting collections, and really letting ourselves marinate in it. The wonderful creative works that have been created, the books that we brought out of the stores for the first time in ages and really had a look at them, and the sort of slightly more playful and irreverent elements of our collection as well. It's not all about academic study here at Special Collections and Archives.
It's just been an amazing experience to be around so many people who have lots of lived experiences like you, who are willing to just, give themselves permission to slow down, create, and get things wrong as well sometimes. And I think a lot of that has informed a lot of the work that I've been looking at since.
This, which I use as a cover, is a collagraph plate. Again, this never printed properly and I didn't want to throw it away. And during the course, reflected a lot on perfectionism and just being able to be yourself. And so actually bringing them all together, it became an object, and I'm really pleased with the mental process I went through to put it together.
Okay, so my Polaroid is of this little piece of embroidery that I made earlier. This was a reflection from the embroidery week that we did in InkWell. And playing with thread was really interesting to me. I hadn't really done much of it before. And I'd brought in a little mascot, which was a little handkerchief that I wanted to embroider. It used to belong to my mother, and she used it to to mop up the sweat from underneath her boobs. So I thought, why not just embroider a little tiny pair of boobs? And yeah, the idea is to sort of fix it onto the hanky one day. But for now, it's just a little thing, little token of my time at InkWell that I will cherish.
Advice I would give would be to just play and explore and to just start.
Don't wait for permission. Give yourself the permission.
You don't have to do it alone. Collaboration is wonderful. So I would say go find other people doing it, join in, and then you can really find your own way from there. It's a really good thing to do.
Do it for yourself more than anyone else. At the start of the course, we did a little ladder exercise where we had to put what we wanted to get out of the course the most at the top of the ladder, and the little rungs, the little steps we'd take to achieve that. And at the top of my ladder was that I wanted to create for myself just as much as I was creating for work. I'm not quite there, but the little steps I'm taking every week and going forward, I feel like I'm going to achieve that, and I wouldn't have done that without the InkWell course.